Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe from Joe Plays Games, and I'm coming at you today with a little bit of a change-up. I decided to play a little bit of State of Decay. I wanted to start doing some shorter videos with a little bit more bite-sized pieces of gameplay to just be able to, for a viewer to sit down, watch for about 10-15 minutes, and then go on with their day. So I figured, you know, State of Decay is a pretty fun game to play. So I guess it'll be pretty fun to watch as well. I decided to do State of Decay kind of on a whim. Yesterday I talked about how that new Metal Gear Solid game came out recently, and it's kind of like a similar premise to this, but done a little bit better. So, I mean, once we start actually getting into the game, you'll see what I mean. But it's a zombie-based survival game. You go around, you collect materials to upgrade your base, and then you switch between characters and try and make it through the narrative as best you can. And in this game, all of the characters can die, which is the nice little caveat that this game gives you. You can have a lot of different characters that you love a lot, and kind of like The Walking Dead, no one is really safe. So let's get into it. I'm gonna play it on the original mode, where it's a nice story. There's 3 modes to State of Decay. It comes with the original narrative, and then there's a kind of like an endless survival mode called Breakdown, where you go around, collect pieces and you collect things to help you progress through the game and rebuild an RV, and then it'll become more difficult as time goes on. And then there's a 3rd mode where it's strictly narrative. There's no survival in it at all, as far as I've seen. I haven't completed that 3rd mode. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get started on a new game. Yes, I'm sure. And it just drops us off right into the action.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Dude, I think these guys might eat us! Dude, help now, please!
So, as you can see, pretty intense going through.
You okay?
One of those psychos tried to bite me, but yeah, I'm fine.
Well, we can't just stay out here in the open, that's for damn sure.
Ranger station?
Ranger station. Maybe we can find some help there.
But what the hell, man? We're gone 2 weeks and what? Everybody takes up cannibalism?
Beats me.
Okay, so as you can see, it's one of those third-person adventure games where you're trying to survive and avoid, you know, dying. There's 2 meters that you have to manage. There's your health bar and your stamina bar. Your health bar obviously depletes as you take damage from the zombies,
Shit,
and your stamina bar gets depleted when you either sprint
Stay low and keep quiet.
or you swing your weapon. And as you travel around throughout the day, your stamina bar, the cap will actually go down. And the same thing will happen with your health bar. If you take enough damage and you become incapacitated for a certain amount of time, what will happen is that the cap will actually go down. And the only way that you can increase these caps is by progressing your character stats. So once we get into like a safer area, I'll go over some of the stats that each of these characters have and that you can develop. And the tutorial is just telling me all of the controls.
Help me move this against the wall. We need to clear a space for the wounded. Wendell, start doing an inventory.
Man, can anybody tell me what the hell is going on?
Exposition.
What's going on is there's more of them up here than I expected. We need to sweep the rest of the cabins for survivors. But I've got injured people here I have to tend to.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
We will?
I appreciate it. There's a water tower out back that has a good view of the campgrounds. Might be worth your while to climb up there and have a look around first. We've got some supplies in the locker over there. Take what you need and stay safe out there.
Okay, so this is one of the main characters. This is Marcus Campbell. He's one of the more decent characters that you can start out with. So their general stats are broken down into 4 different categories, and then the character type special skill. So we got cardio, which is for running and sprinting. That controls how much of your stamina bar you have, and you increase that by, just running. The wits is for when you go around and scavenge. You have a better chance of finding better items, I believe. And it has to do with how quickly you can actually search through boxes. Fighting, that's where, just the melee fighting skill. And then there's also a ranged fighting skill. And for Powerhouse, what it is when you use a melee weapon, you have a % chance of delivering a critical hit, killing blow right away. And there's also another personal skill that Marcus has, is leadership, so he makes friends a little bit easier. Over here's the list of all of the people within our community right now. So we got Marcus, his friend Ed, who's also actually a rather decent character. He's got the trait Nimble, so Nimble is very good for scout characters and runners. Thomas Ritter, Sheila, and Wendell, spoiler warning, they won't be around for very much longer. Alright, so that's enough of the character menu for now. I'll get more into this once we actually get a more permanent home going on, but this just basically lists how much food, how much medicine, ammunition, building materials, and fuel that you have within your stockpile. Okay, so there we go. And this is where all of our items get stored. As you can see, we have some items. I'm gonna stash that and take out this cricket bat because it is a little bit better and it isn't damaged. I don't need any of this, and we should be ready to go. Alright.
That ain't gonna work.
Alright, and this is where we get the lay of the land on this water tower.
Looks like a good vantage point up there.
So what you do is you regularly go up on top of water towers and high altitude positions to be able to scout around, and you look around, look at points of interest, and it'll leave markers on your map. So as you can see, there's a vehicle, there's an industrial supply store, there might be more supplies in there. Campsite is over here, and over here, and right over here is a cabin and another cabin. It's rather self-explanatory, and once you find all of the findable locations, it'll tell you there's nothing else to survey. And that bar on the left is all fill. So we have found everything.
Gunshots. Yeah. Guess we're not the only ones having a bad day.
Okay, so like right over here on our map is where we heard those gunshots, and up here are some cabins that we can actually search for more survivors. But actually, I believe I will end this here because, like I said, I want to keep these videos a little bit shorter. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.